difference in the amplitude and duration for each of the target responses. A small target near the surface gives an abrupt, narrow response with an amplitude up to full scale. A small target at medium depth gives a smooth response with a faint amplitude. A large target near the surface gives a wide, full-scale response, often switching tone polarity as the search head passes over the target. A large target at medium depth gives a wide, full-scale response. A large target, deeply buried, gives a wide, smooth response with an amplitude up to full scale. The tone or pitch of the audio response indicates the target's possible metal type. Most, but not all, ferrous targets produce a low tone. And most, but not all, non-ferrous targets produce a high tone. A deeply buried large target, such as a weapons cache, produces a broad, full-scale response. To determine the size of this large target, sweep the search head over the entire target area in side-to-side and front-to-back motions. Locate and mark the nearest edge of the target where the detector's response just reaches full scale. Then, locate the opposite edge of the target. Next, locate and mark the outer edge of one side of the target where the response again just reaches full scale. Repeat this process on the opposite side to identify and mark that edge as well. The approximate target size has now been identified. Finally, use the pinpoint function to locate the center of the target. Position the search head away from the target's marked area. Press and hold the pinpoint button while sweeping the search head over the entire target area in side-to-side and front-to-back motions. A noticeable peak occurs over the center of this large target. Detection depth is determined by multiple factors, including the size of the target and its orientation in the ground. In this demonstration, a large target and a small target will be used with this measuring stick to gauge detection depth. The small target is consistently detected at 15 centimeters. The large target is consistently detected at 35 centimeters. This greater detection depth is due both to the object's large size and its horizontal orientation in the ground. To demonstrate the effect of a target's orientation on its detection depth, this same large target is now placed vertically in the ground, offering the search head a much smaller target detection area. Notice that the detection depth decreases to 20 centimeters. The Recon Pro is capable of detecting targets in the vicinity of large metal structures. To demonstrate this technique, a small target is buried near a large section of metal fencing. This plastic chip again marks the target location. Begin the scanning process at a distance sufficient to not detect the large metal structure. Sweep the search head so that it maintains a constant distance from this structure. After completing the sweep at that position, advance the search head forward. Press the reset button to cancel the response produced by the large metal structure. Sweep the search head, again maintaining constant distance from the metal structure. Repeat the process of advancing the search head forward and pressing the reset button to cancel out the response produced by the large metal structure. As the search head moves closer, it becomes more important to precisely maintain a constant distance from the metal structure. Once again, advance the search head and press the reset button to cancel the structure's response. By maintaining a constant distance from the metal structure, any target encountered during these sweeps will produce a distinct audio response. Multiple detectors can work in close proximity to each other, as close as 4 meters. Perform the following procedure to achieve compatible operation of 2 or more detectors. Switch on the first detector only. Perform the RFI cancellation process and leave the detector switched on and stationary. Position the second detector 2 to 3 meters away from the first detector. Switch on the second detector and perform the RFI cancellation process while maintaining the 2 to 3 meter separation. The detectors will now operate to within 4 meters of each other without significant crosstalk interference. The Secondary Functions button, pressed in conjunction with another button, changes the detector's operating mode. The Recon Pro's audio speaker can be turned off and on. To switch the audio speaker off, press the Secondary Functions button along with the volume minus button. To switch the audio speaker back on, press the Secondary Functions button along with the volume plus button. The Recon Pro's LEDs can also be turned off and on. To switch the LEDs off, press the Secondary Functions button along with the RFI button. This turns the LEDs off. To switch the LEDs back on, press the Secondary Functions button along with the RFI button. The LEDs appear again. An optional 38 by 50 centimeter UXO search head and stem assembly is also available from Garrett. The UXO search head is ideal for the detection of submunitions, UXO, and deeply buried caches. This search head provides a larger search pattern and can ignore unwanted metallic surface debris, helping to reduce the mission search time. The Recon Pro's operation and functionality is the same for the UXO search head as it is with the detector's standard search head. However, the UXO search head should be swept at approximately 10 centimeters above the ground. Large buried targets such as caches generally give a wide, full-scale response. To determine the size of this large target, sweep the UXO search head over the entire target area in side-to-side and front-to-back motions. Locate the areas where the detector's response just reaches full scale along the target's forward, rear, left, and right edges. The target's approximate size and approximate center have now been identified. If necessary, use the pinpoint function to more accurately locate the center of the target. When operating at default sensitivity with the search head close to the ground, some metal surface clutter may be detected. Note that the UXO search head does ignore these small pieces of foil. With the search head sweeping close to the ground, this other surface clutter is detected. To reduce surface clutter detection, sweep the search head at approximately 10 centimeters above the ground. This will eliminate detection of most surface clutter. To further reduce surface clutter from detection, reduce the detector's sensitivity. The Recon Pro has 7 preset sensitivity levels, including maximum sensitivity, which is the default setting. Press and hold the secondary functions button and press the audio threshold minus button until the desired sensitivity is reached. Notice the red LEDs shift to the left each time the sensitivity is decreased. The green power on indicator will continue to blink as long as the detector is operating in a reduced sensitivity setting. With the sensitivity now reduced, sweep with the search head approximately 10 centimeters above the ground and scan over the same area. Most of the small surface clutter will be eliminated from detection. This technique should only be used for locating larger objects. It is imperative to perform tests of this sensitivity reduction technique in a controlled environment to understand the detector's reduced response to objects. In this demonstration of reduced sensitivity, a metal sphere is now buried near the surface debris and its location is marked with a plastic chip. Using reduced sensitivity, sweep the search head approximately 10 centimeters above the ground. The small ground clutter is again ignored, but the metal sphere target is clearly detected.